Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. This is a new channel in 2024. I've called it Bub Spec Phones after my two little guineas. I'll be documenting my return to motorcycling after decades. So this is over 20 plus years that I have not ridden a motorcycle. And I'm starting this with my purchase of a Kawasaki Ninja 500 in 2024. The plan, hopefully, I will move on to larger bikes soon. I'm thinking of maybe a Kawasaki ZX-10R. I just love that bike. Or maybe even switch it to Italian, maybe a Ducati Super Sport or a Panigale or something. But I will be looking for your voter advice. So if you can chime in the comments and let me know what you think I should be doing. I'll also cover my other hobbies. I have some hobbies such as MotoGP, Formula One, music in general. So I'll use them as background topic, maybe to trace the MotoGP championship. And then I also took some time to develop some editing skills. I didn't really rush into publishing things. So some of this video is way after, many days or weeks after I'm using some voiceover here, just to clean up some of the background noise. I don't have all of my helmet audio settings all sorted out yet. So while I do that, I'll just do some voiceover. In any case, I hope you enjoy the content. And if you do, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you. Well, another day in Michigan. This is in late 2024. Well, not too late. I think this is September of 2024. I'm just doing a video in the winter because I've got a lot of time in my hands. So thought I'd just cover a few topics like MotoGP. I want to talk about MotoGP today. MotoGP or Grand Prix racing is absolutely crazy, and it's been at the top of my list along with Formula One for 30 plus years. I've been following MotoGP since, the old Kenny Roberts and then later on his son, but Kenny Roberts and all the stars, Eddie Lawson, all those guys, absolutely fantastic racers. So I've been a fan for a long time, and I'm eagerly looking forward to the season that's coming up. Now, these bikes are absolutely fantastic. They're top, absolute top bikes, 230, 240, 270 horsepower. I'm glad we have so many manufacturers on the list here. Ducati, I think, should still dominate in 2025. They, along with their customer bikes, are absolutely at the top. KTM is having a hard time mainly because of their financial problems, but the KTM bikes are pretty strong as well. Yamaha, Yamaha, I think, are the only manufacturer who are still using an inline four. Everyone else, by the way, has switched to V4s, V4 engines. So Yamaha seems to have turned around a little bit. They're a bit more powerful this year, at least in testing. And hopefully they'll have a better season. They have a star in Fabio Quartararo. They need to give him a good bike. He's an ex-world champion, so all eyes on Fabio. Honda, I think, is going to have a tough time because that's just how it is. They had their peak with Marc Marquez many years ago, but they've gone through this bit of a lull. So I don't know what Honda will do this year. They've got okay riders, but Honda, I think, will still struggle. Probably going to be just mainly a Ducati year, and that's the bike right in the center, the red bike. It's probably going to be just Ducati, and with the Marquez and Pecco Bagnaia kind of duking it out on the Ducati. So interesting times. It's a full calendar this year, the 2025 calendar. So many races, 22 races. There used to be just 10 or 12 races decades ago, but I'm happy they filled out the calendar. And it starts right now. It starts in a couple of weeks, Feb 28th. I'm making this video, by the way, in February of 25. But it starts with Thailand. And they have a good mix of races. I'm super excited about the races in the US. I'll probably go to see the one in Austin, Texas at COTA. I went there last year before. I'd like to go maybe a different place, a different location, maybe go someplace to Europe, watch a different race, maybe in the UK or even France. I think France doesn't have a race, or maybe I'll go to Italy just to watch the Ducatis in their backyard. Beautiful calendar full of action. It goes all the way to November of 25. So I'm so happy that there are plenty of races, lots of excitement for the fans, and hope to have a good 25 season with not too many mishaps or injuries. The team lineup is excellent. So our current world champion, Martin, who's right at the top, he's moved to Aprilia. He felt a little cheated, I guess, last year because he thought he was going to be in a Ducati, but Ducati went for Marquez, and so Martin has a point to prove. So hopefully Martin does well. I do like the guy. He has a good attitude. He rides hard. He's the fastest. He used to be the fastest Ducati rider. I hope he does well. He's got a good teammate in Bezecchi, and Bezecchi's coming over from Rossi's team, VR45. So VR46 rather. Sorry. I wish them well. The guys in the red Ducati team, Bagnaia, Marquez, they should be the top guys this year. They should be fighting for the championship between the two of them. Maybe with some interruptions from the other guys, but I think Marquez and Bagnaia, the red Ducati team, that should be the championship this year, with maybe Martin providing some challenges in between. Marquez's younger brother, Alex Marquez, and the other Ducati in the light blue, he does okay. He's a fast guy too. He does okay. He's got a new teammate this year in Firmin Aldeguer, who come up from Moto2. And then the LCR Hondas. I'm going down top to bottom on the left row out here. I have not much hope for them. Zarco's been around for a while, for a long time though. Cantero is a new guy, also up from Moto2 to MotoGP. And there's not much. I don't see much prospects for the two of them on the Honda. The Yamaha lineup, the guys in the blue in the middle, Quartararo and Rins. Quartararo is top-notch. Former world champion on a Yamaha. Yamaha kind of fell a little bit. But they seem to be doing well in testing, so I think Quartararo will pick up the pace this year. We are 46 guys in yellow with Gigi and Morbidelli. They are both top riders. Every so often Morbidelli puts in a fantastic ride. He has switched a few teams though. He has, made quite a few switches over the last few years, and that's not good. You need to settle in a team at least for 3 or 4 years, like Marquez did. Marc Marquez was riding for Honda. Then you have the other Yamaha team, the customer Yamaha team, Oliveira and Jack Miller. I'm glad Jack Miller found a ride. I thought, after Ducati he was going to be out of MotoGP, but I'm glad he has a ride. Then we have the KTM guys. We have Brad Binder and Acosta. Now Binder's good, but Acosta is an absolute star. And I feel real bad for him. I will feel really bad if KTM as a team that falls and disappears. But he will definitely find a ride. I feel bad that he picked KTM, he's a promising star. They supported him. But he probably has to think about his future. KTM will go, is running under bankruptcy. So KTM, I think they did not fold the team only because they had already invested in the team. So they had to just get back that investment. But KTM is in no position to run a MotoGP. Full MotoGP season, I'm guessing it's probably a 50 million operation, and they have they don't have the funding to continue that, so they'll probably fold in a year. Then we have the other Honda team with Marini and Mir. That's the official team, by the way. So the Zarco Chantra team on the white, they're not, but this is the official Honda team with Luca Marini and Juan Mir, who Mir was a world champion with Suzuki when Suzuki was still part of MotoGP. So he's going to do what he can, but the Honda has no chance this year. The second KTM team is Bastianini, Vinales. Bastianini was hoping to get a Ducati ride, but Marquez and Martin all tried for the Ducati ride, the second seat next to Bagnaia. They picked Marquez. Marquez is an 8-time world champion. They picked Marquez. And they did not go with Martin, who went to Aprilia. And I'm glad Bastianini found a ride with the second KTM team, the Kuttner team. Maverick Vinales is a mystery. He's always been a mystery from Yamaha. He got dropped for... He was upset with them, so he overrevved the engine, remember? He almost destroyed their bike in anger, so they fired him. He did a season with Aprilia. And suddenly, I think because Martin came on the scene, and maybe it was financial as well, he suddenly upped and left and he joined KTM. So he and Bastianini will ride the second KTM. And then finally we have the American team, Trackhouse, with Raul Fernandez and Ayagura, Japanese rider, also up from Moto2 this year. I don't have a lot of hope for Fernandez, but I think Ayagura may show something. He's a star. He's an Acosta-like star almost. He's very good. So he, along with Chancellor and Aldeguer, are rookies this year, but I think Agura is going to do really well. Beautiful Michigan roads again. I absolutely love riding my little Kawasaki Ninja 500. I'm thinking of getting a different bike, maybe this year or the next. I'm thinking of moving up to a ZX-10R. But I just love riding this little Ninja. It's so comfortable. Well, time to start the season, 2025. This is a recap of last year, by the way. Fantastic action. And I'm really looking forward to a good action-packed year in 25. So these are highlights from 2024 that I got from my subscription. It's also on YouTube, so I guess they won't mind if I just do play along, share my thoughts. Martin is the fastest Ducati rider, and I wish him well this year. I hope he wins under Aprilia again this year. I hope Martin is able to, he's a little upset that he wasn't picked by Ducati, but I hope Martin wins. The riding is excellent. Everyone, these guys are absolutely on the limit. And if you look at the kind of injuries that, Marquez suffered, you can see how on the edge they ride. For years they've been doing 65-degree plus lean angle. There you have a little low side. With first Martin falling, then Bagnaia also falls later in the year. A couple of bad crashes. But it's on the edge, on the limit riding. I hope to experience that someday again, maybe on a track. Maybe I won't track my little 500. Maybe when I get my ZX-10R, I'll track the bike, or at least try to, without taking too many chances. But I don't ever expect to do a 65 plus lean angle and scrape my elbows and knees. I'd love to, but I don't think I want to hurt myself. Beautiful season, beautiful season. Aleix Espargo retired. A good 10 years. He put a good 10 years into the sport, and he waved the sport goodbye. He brought in Martin, by the way. So he negotiated the deal for his friend Martin, who now has the Aprilia right. Pecco is... a win is a win. He's actually, he fell during the sprint race, and so he was upset with the track. And yeah, he and Bastianini there was enjoying. This is when they were just announcing that Marquez was going to ride for Ducati, and they dropped this poor guy, so he had to go with Aprilia. I am so looking forward to the start of the season in end of February, Feb 28th, starting in Thailand. Mark your calendars, folks. It's going to be super exciting. Trackhouse is a good, strong team, American team. I'm surprised they did not pick anyone local, but you know, they're going for the best riders. So this was Martin's crash. It was terrible last year, terrible, so disappointing. Bagnaia is solid. I'm surprised Bagnaia did not win the World Championship, although he got 10 plus wins compared to Martin's 3, but Martin was very consistent. This is little Marquez, younger brother of Marc Marquez in the blue and the blue Ducati. Fast rider as well. Bastianini is very fast. He surprised me a couple of times last year. He's pretty aggressive too, so he's just not going to lay down and let you go through. He will come after you. He will close the gap. This is him passing Martin, giving Martin a hard time, and protecting his teammates' lead. So Bastianini is a solid partner, solid rider. I hope he has a good season. This is always painful to watch. These falls are always painful to watch. But in the end, 93 prevails. 93 is king. I've seen him do this so many years in a row. He's a star. Now, a star that's come up, that is Martin like, you know, that's Marquez like, is Pedro Acosta. People expect Acosta to be the next Martin. If he gets a good bike, that is. This is Martin making a mistake. It started to rain. They made the call. They came in for a bike change. Everyone else stayed out for a few laps. And then Marquez wins, number 93. It just went against Martin, and then Marquez takes yet another win. Marquez will absolutely take the win if you let him. You can't give him an inch from that first lap onwards. Oh. This is Bastianini pushing Martin off the track, and Martin complained, but Bastia is the man. They didn't penalize him for it. He was not relegated, so he got his win. It's always exciting in the Far East. I hope to go to the Far East. I don't know what race I'll pick. Maybe Thailand, maybe Malaysia. Petronas is a big thing. They've sponsored MotoGP for a long time, and Formula One as well. They sponsor Williams. Bagnaia, I hope he fares well against Marquez, his new teammate. He has all of the skill. He's very solid. He's had some bad luck, but Pecco Bagnaia cannot be deterred. This is Marquez making a bad start last year. It was just sad. He got so much wheel spin. It was really, really sad to see him just not get the rear wheel down. If you see these bikes run, if you see how they squat, they have what is called the hold shot device, which lets the whole bike squat a few centimeters off the track surface before they take off. But that launch was all wrong for Marquez. See, this is the wet race. This is the wet race that Martin made a bad call on. And everyone is just slipping and sliding, but young fan, so disappointed. These two guys are going to duke it out at the final two races, neck and neck. That is hard to watch. That is very hard to watch. Martin has been the fastest Ducati rider for a couple of years now. Martin is very, very fast. I don't know how he'll fare on the Aprilia, but he's very fast. And I have watched him come up all the way from Moto 3, spent a couple of years in Moto 2, and then in MotoGP, and you just knew he was going to be special. This braking from 200 plus miles to 80, 70, 60, that braking is incredible. Luckily, all of that technology, a lot of that technology somehow trickles down to our road bikes. Not everything, but at least a lot of the core tech trickles down. And interestingly, fairings and all sorts of flares, winglets, all of that trickles down to road bikes is interesting. BMW is doing a lot of it, but some other manufacturers also incorporate wings and winglets in their designs today. I don't like him, but I don't think they look nice, but I guess that's the modern technology. Here's Martin, number 89, celebrating his World Championship. What a victory. What an accomplishment. Absolutely number one. I had some great rides in 24. I hope to repeat in 2025. And even if I switch to a ZX-10R, I think I'll always keep my little Ninja 500, because it's almost the perfect bike. I don't want to call it a beginner bike. It's a perfect bike. It's nimble. I can throw it around, and I'm not afraid of giving it too much power, which you probably will experience if you get a leader bike or something. I'm just so happy, comfortable riding it. I'm not afraid of dropping it on my leg, of crushing things or whatever. Just happy riding along. So I'm going to move on to, I think this is by a lake. I'll just go there. I used to, sit and study and even work by the lake, open my laptop. Just a nice, easy morning. I spent my mornings by the lake and just enjoying life here. I would recommend something like this for everyone. So if you're working from home, if the weather is good, you can take a laptop and just sit someplace. So peaceful. I'll just turn around, park my bike, and make sure the coast is clear. There's a lake in the background. And I'll just park it out here. I used to do this every day. On one of those benches down there, I will sit down and enjoy. So don't forget, folks, the year is coming up. Mark your calendar. Starts at the end of February 2025, MotoGP. Have a wonderful year. I'll release a few more videos later on. Enjoy your year. Enjoy MotoGP, and be safe.